Okay, good morning. First of all, as we discussed, this meeting is being recorded, so make sure you keep your cameras off. Carlos, I understand you're having some Wi-Fi issues, so it's not a big deal. You just, I'll keep checking in with you in the chat box, and if you need to disconnect, just disconnect and reconnect yourself. All right, so to start, in the chat box, you guys are going to receive an invite to the Jamboard. A lot easier for you guys to see. So let me send that invitation. Okay, so if you can click the link inside of the chat, that'll take you to the Jamboard. And then let me know once you get inside there. And Zach, if you wouldn't mind unmuting, I would appreciate it. All right, did you guys all click the link in the chat?
Yeah.
Excellent. Lucas?
Yeah.
Carlos? Were you able to get inside that? Okay, excellent. So all that does, it makes it to where you'll be able to see everything I'm doing, but it'll be a lot clearer for you than have to look on the whiteboard. Gotta love technology. All right, here. All right, inside your Jamboard, you guys able to see that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so if you guys remember, last time we met was last Friday, and we were working on multiplication of rational numbers. Today, moving on to the next lesson, which is division of rational numbers. So I want to make sure you guys don't forget the rules. Do you remember the rule sheet I handed out to you? It's rules to remember. Do you guys remember that?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if we're multiplying positive and negative numbers, what do the rules say? The rules say that if the signs are the same, the answer is going to be positive, and if the signs are different, the answer is going to be negative. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to do a couple of review problems. So if we write 4 times 5, what is 4 times 5, gentlemen?
20.
20. And that's just like an average multiplication problem. Both sides are positive. The answer is going to remain positive as well. What about if we have negative 4 times 5?
Negative 20.
Negative 20. And why is it negative?
Because 4 is a negative.
Right, because one number is negative. Okay, if they have the same signs, it's positive. Different signs, it's negative. If we have negative 14 times a negative 2. Lucas,
Yeah.
what's negative 14 times negative 2? And feel free to use the calculator. Like I said, it's an accommodation in your IEP.
28.
28. Is it going to be positive or negative?
Positive.
And why is it positive?
Because the two signs are the same.
Absolutely. Great job. All right. So, Carlos, if we have 18 times negative 2, what's 18 times negative 2, Carlos? I know your mic doesn't work, so I'm waiting for you to respond in the chat. $36. Perfect. Is that going to be positive or negative, Carlos? Negative. Great job. And can you tell me why it's negative? Carlos, do you know why the answer is negative? Right. The 2 is negative, which means that they have different signs. If one is positive, one is negative, the answer will be negative as well. All right, so I think you guys understand the rules from what we learned last. All right, so now what we're working on is division of rational numbers, okay? Things change, the rules stay the same. That's why I want to make sure we review the rules. We divide the answer if both of the signs are the same, the answer is going to be positive. If both of them are different, it's going to be negative. But we're going to switch things up a little bit, all right? So let's just do a couple that follow the regular rules. What if we have 21 divided by negative 3? Zach, what is 21 divided by negative 3?
7, -7.
Negative 7, exactly. You've got that. Signs are different, so it's a negative, and the answer is 7. Great job. Lucas.
Yes.
What is negative 12 divided by negative 4?
3.
3. And is it going to stay positive or become negative?
It's positive.
Great job. It's positive, and it's positive because?
The signs are the same.
Excellent. Great job. All right. So those are the basics that follow the same rules that we worked on in lesson 2.5. Okay, now we have to understand reciprocals, because in the end, in division, just like when we divide fractions, remember earlier when you guys were with Miss Summer, you should have been multiplying, dividing fractions. You have to reciprocate. When you have, like, if you had 1/2 divided by 2/3, okay, you couldn't really divide. You have to reciprocate and turn this to 1/2 times 3/2. Okay, so when you're dividing fractions, it's actually, the process is to turn it into a multiplication problem. The way you can turn it into a multiplication problem is by reciprocating or flipping the right-hand fraction. So this is the same concept that we're going to get into. What is, if I were to ask you 3/7, can you tell me what the reciprocal is of 3/7? What does it mean to reciprocate? Do you guys know?
No.
No? How about you, Lucas?
To kind of like the word touche.
All right, I like it. Reciprocate, it just means we're going to flip it. Okay, so the reciprocal of 3/7 is going to become 7/3. What is the reciprocal of 1/2? Zach? Lucas?
1/2 is 1/2.
Right, it's 1/2, but what is the reciprocal? What is the opposite?
-1/2.
The opposite would be 2/1. And let me explain to you why. Look, if you have, what is 1/2 times 2/1? What does that equal?
2/2.
2/2, which equals what?
1 whole.
Which equals 1 whole. And that is why we reciprocate. The reciprocal is going to be whatever turns our number, so we can make it 1 whole, okay? We want to flip it so it becomes 1 whole. Let's look at a couple more. Clear, clear, clear. Thank you. All right, something simple. 4/5. Lucas, what is the reciprocal of 4/5?
5/4.
5/4. Exactly. And we know because 5/4, if we multiplied it, would be 20/20, which would equal 1. Our goal. All right. Let's try something a little more taxing. 8. 8 is a whole number. Can you guess what the reciprocal of 8 would be?
-8.
Think of it like this. If we wrote 8 as a fraction, how would we write 8 as a fraction?
1/8.
8 over 1,
Oh,
right? Because what does 8 over 1 equal? 8 divided by 1 is what?
8.
8. So any whole number, to make it a fraction, we put it over 1. So if we want to do a reciprocal of 8, which essentially is 8 over 1, what is its reciprocal? If we flip it, what does it become?
1/8.
1 over 8. So any whole number, if our whole number is 14, we're going to remember in our head that it is actually 14 over 1. And if we want to reciprocate it or flip it, that's going to become 1 over 14. Sorry. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, what was that?
I thought 8 times 8 was 16.
8 times 8?
I'm sorry. I'm just wondering where we got the 14 from.
Right here. This is a separate problem.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The reciprocal of 14, because 14 is as a whole number is 14. But to reciprocate it, it's going to be 1 over 14. Why is it going to be 1 over 14? Because this is actually 14 over 1. Because when we multiply across, 14 times 1 is 14, 14 times 1 is 14, and 14 over 14 equals 1. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So let me ask you, what is the reciprocal of x over y?
Y over X.
Y over x, that's it. That's all we're doing is we're turning it upside down because x times y is xy. Y times x is still going to be xy, which equals to 1. Because any number, what is any number divided by itself? Lucas?
Let's see. I forget.
You're all right. Say it again.
1.
1. Yes, any number divided by itself is 1. All right. Now, I know it's going to be hard for you to write math answers inside the chat, Carlos. Just do your best. Just use a fraction bar like this when you're writing a fraction. So can you tell me what the reciprocal of 7/8 is? Carlos? Yeah, that's 7/8, but it's reciprocal. What is its reciprocal? What if we flip it? What does it become? Remember, we want to, exactly, 8 over 7. 8 over 7. And again, because a reciprocal gives us 1. 8 times 7 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 over 56 equals 1. All right, let's try this. 0.8. Now that's going to take us back a little bit. Do any of you know what the fraction equivalent of 0.8 is? What place value is this 8 sitting in? Anybody remember place value?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, how would you say this? 8 what? Would it be 8 tenths, 8 hundredths?
Hundredths.
It's a good guess, but it's 8 tenths. Because this is the 10th spot. And then over here would be the 100th spot, and so on, okay? So 8 tenths, as a fraction is 8/10. Now, what is the reciprocal of 8 over 10?
10 over 8.
10 over 8. So essentially, 0.8, its reciprocal is 10 over 8. We did all of this up here so that we could remember what its fraction equivalent was. But this is what we're looking for, 10 over 8. Is this making sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Lucas?
What?
What? Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I know you guys are tired. You just came back from a week's vacation, your first day back to math, and math is nobody's favorite. I completely get that. All right. Okay, so when we were writing, remember we talked about you have to write, if you have 1/2 divided by 2/3, this has to be turned into a multiplication problem. Remember we were just talking about that. So this would be 1/2 times 3 over 2. In the same sense, if we have 7 over 3, what is that saying? Is this multiplication or division?
Division?
Division, right?
Right.
So we're going to write this as a division problem. 7 divided by 3. Now we need to find the reciprocal of this. So what is 7 over 7? To make it a fraction is 7 over 1. 3 is 3 over 1, right? So how would we turn that into a multiplication problem? 7 times 1 over 3. Yes?
Yeah.
You guys understand that? Because we had to flip it. We had to flip the right hand. We reciprocated the fraction on the right. So all of this looks like it is a fraction. It is a division problem because other than for the purpose of doing this assignment to show you how to reciprocate and how to divide, you're not going to be seeing division in algebra that looks like this. That's old school basic math division. All of your division will be in a fraction form. So when they ask us what is the reciprocal of 7 over 3, or 7 divided by 3, we're not going to write 3 over 7 because this is a division problem. Instead, we create our division problem like we did here, 7 divided by 3. Then it has to be 7 times 1 over 3 because each one of these was a fraction. And this becomes our answer. The reciprocal is 7 times 1/3. I understand that's a little deep. We're going to get a little more into it. You guys understand the basic concept of that?
Yeah.
All right. You're sure? I mean, don't worry. Like I said, we're going to do several of these to make sure you understand it. So what is the reciprocal of -6/7? So what is the first thing we have to change that into? What function is this? Is this multiplication or division again?
It's division.
It's division. So let's rewrite our division problem. We have -6 divided by 7. And this negative sign is actually here. That's the way it's written. Okay, now how do we turn these two into fractions first? What makes 6 a fraction? How do we make it a fraction? 6 over
1.
It's -6 over 1, exactly, over 1. And 7 over
1.
1. Now remember, we have to turn it to a multiplication problem. So we have our -6 over 1 times, and what allows us to change the function symbol?
Multiplication.
we reciprocate
Yeah, reciprocate.
and flip that fraction, right?
Right.
So 6 over 1, what does that equal? Negative 6 over 1. Any number divided by 1 is, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Any number divided by 1 is what?
6. I mean, it's
Itself, right? 6. So we're going to have negative 6 times what?
Times 7.
1/7. Remember, we turned it. See, it would be 7. It was originally 7, but because we had to reciprocate or turn it upside down to make it a multiplication problem, we flipped it from 7 to 1 over 7. Now, 1 over 7 is different. 1 over 7 does not equal 7 wholes.
Right.
So negative 6/7, the reciprocal is 6, negative 6 times 1/7. And how can we check that? Because if we take 6, negative 6 times 1/7, this becomes over 1. What is negative 6 times 1?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. And what is 1 times 7?
7.
7. So we end up with negative 6 over 7, which is our original equation, correct?
Yes.
Oh, bro.
What happened?
So we just did a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's all math is. We're solving, and we check it by coming back and making sure that our final answer equals our original equation. It's pretty convenient. Good thing about math is it's very definite. It's either right or it's wrong, which makes it good because there's nothing in between, but also if you make a simple mistake, it can be frustrating. All right. Let's do, all right, a little bit deeper. A plus 7 divided by 4. So again, the process doesn't change, guys. We still have to turn this into a division problem. A plus 7 divided by 4. How do we turn those both into fractions? What do we put them over? To make it a fraction? Remember, we're not changing the number. We just want to make it a fraction. What goes on the bottom? Lucas, Zach, or Carlos? Do you know what number would go on the bottom to make those fractions?
Yeah.
What do you think? Say it again?
1.
1, exactly. 1. Because we're not changing the number, we're just making it a fraction because a plus 7 over 1 is still a plus 7, and 4 over 1 is still 4. Now we have to make it a multiplication problem, which means the left-hand side stays the same. A plus 7 over 1 times, and what do we do with the fraction on the right?
Oh, we bring it down.
Do we just bring it down or do we flip it?
We flip it and bring it down.
Flip it and bring it down. 1 over 4. Exactly. So what does a plus 7 equal?
9.
A plus 7 over 1.
Oh my God.
A plus 7, right? Times what?
Times 1 over 4.
1 over 4, exactly.
I'm tripping.
So a plus 7 over 4, its reciprocal is a plus 7 times 1 over 4. 4. We understand that?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yeah.
How about you, Carlos? Mr. Donis, you still with us, kid? Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right. Now we're going to do a couple of just straight division. Okay, if you have 9, 6 divided by 5/3. So what are we going to do? Can we divide this, or what do we have to do with it? What do we have to turn it into?
A multiplication problem.
Multiplication. How do we do that? This side, does it stay the same? The 9, 6, does it stay the same?
Yes.
9/6. Perfect. Stays the same. Then we change what? The function sign, correct?
Correct.
And what allowed us to change the function sign? What did we have to do to the fraction on the right?
We have to flip it and bring it down.
Flip it and bring it down. Exactly. 2. That's not 2. That is 3/5. And then we just multiply straight across. What's 9 times 3?
28.
Close. 27.
Oh, 27. My bad.
It's all right. And what's 6 times 5?
30.
30. So to divide rational numbers, our answer is 27/30.
That was easy.
That was pretty easy. All right. Now we have 1/2 divided by negative 5/7. Negative 5/7. Okay, so tell me what we're going to do, Lucas. What do we do with this 1/2? Do we flip that or just bring it straight down?
Bring it down.
Bring it down. Excellent. And then what do we do to the function sign, the division?
Change it.
Change it to multiplication. And what allowed us to change that sign? What do we do to the fraction on the right?
Make it a positive.
No, we don't make it positive. What are we doing with it? We're flipping it, right?
Oh yeah, flip it. No.
Okay. Flipping from 7/5. Now that we have everything set up into our multiplication problem, we just do what? Multiply straight across. Correct, gentlemen?
Yep.
So what is 1 times 7?
7.
7. And what is 2 times 5?
2 times 5 is 10.
10. Is it going to be positive or negative?
Positive. No, negative.
Okay, it will be negative. And why will it be negative?
Because your sign is negative.
So the signs are different. Right. Same rules as last lesson. All right. Let's do one more of these, and then we're going to start working on the assignment. Negative 2/5. Negative 2/5 divided by negative 7/3. All right. Carlos, I know you're in the chat. What do we do with this fraction on the left? Do we flip it or leave it the same? Flip it. No, the one on the left stays the same, but look, we bring this straight down. Negative 2/5. Then we have to change our function sign. Now the fraction on the right, do we flip that one or leave it the same? Yes, we flip that one. So this now becomes times negative 3/7. then we can just multiply straight across. Carlos, what is 2 times 3? 6, great. And what is 5 times 7? 35. Both sides are negative. Both signs are negative. So is the answer going to be positive or negative? Remember the rules. Both the signs are the same, so it will be positive or negative. Positive. Great job. Positive 6 over 35. All right. So let's start on the assignment. So your assignment is going to be 2 through 42 even, pages 84 and 85. All right, gentlemen?
All right.
So let's work on number 2 together. So the directions say to divide and check your answer. So 2, you guys are going to want to start writing this down, okay? You guys, I assume you have your textbooks, correct?
No.
What do you mean, no? Come on, dude. Got to be on the ball, right? You can't do all the examples together. As soon as you show up to class, it's textbook, paper, pencil. Come on, bud. Got to have supplies ready, all right?
All right.
We have a short time. Classes are short, and I only see you 3 days a week. Carlos and Lucas, you guys have your math book, paper, pencil? Lucas,
Yeah.
do you have all your stuff?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Carlos?
Four.
Great. Don't forget the heading of your paper is going to be 2.6. Pages 84 and 85. Numbers 2 through 42, even. This goes across the top of your paper. All right, everybody set up and ready?
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Carlos, ready to go? Great job. All right, so it says to divide. We have 28 divided by -7. So what is 28 divided by 7?
28.
not sure. What is it?
Actually, 28 divided by 7
Yes, sir. Is
4?
4. And is it going to be +4 or -4?
Positive.
Look at the signs. Are they the same or different?
Oh, no, they're different. My bad.
So the answer will be
Yeah, negative.
negative. Great job. Zach,
Yes. Yes.
sorry, 1 second. We have to check this answer, gentlemen. How do we check this answer? If we multiply, there's 2 ways we can check it. We can multiply our answer times our denominator, the bottom number. So what is -4 times, what is 4 times 7?
28.
28. And the signs are the same, so it's going to be positive or negative.
Going to be negative.
Signs
Positive. Positive.
positive. So now, does this number look just like that number?
Yeah.
Then we know it's right. We could also divide the top number by our answer. So what is 28 divided by 4? Sorry, what is 28 divided by 4?
7.
7. And you have a negative and a positive, so is the answer going to be positive or negative?
Gonna be positive.
Signs are different.
Oh, negative.
Got to remember the rules, bud. So negative 7. Does this number look like this number?
Yeah.
So we know for sure our answer is right. So either way will work. We either multiply our answer times our denominator, or we divide our numerator by our answer. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Just simple ways to check and make sure you got the right answer. Number 4. Negative 22 divided by negative 2. So what is 22 divided by 2? Start there. We don't look at the signs until we're done with the math. So what is 22 divided by 2?
11.
11. Signs are the same. Is it going to be positive 11 or negative 11?
It's gonna be positive.
Positive, exactly. And again, to check it, we can multiply negative 11 times 2 times negative 2, which gives us negative 22. Or we can divide negative 22 by 11, which gives us negative 2. You guys understand how to check your answers?
Yeah.
Looks like we lost Lucas. But Lucas has some serious connectivity issues. Carlos, are you following along? You understand all that? Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right. Do number 6. We have negative 63 divided by negative 9. Carlos, what is 63 divided by 9? Seven. Exactly. Signs are the same. Is it going to be positive or negative? Positive. Great job. Excellent work, guys. I can tell when you're paying attention. And again, Zach, how are we going to check that to make sure 7 is right?
We multiply 7 by 9 and see if we get 63.
Perfect. If we multiply negative 9 and 7, what do we get? We get negative 63, right? Yes, so we know our answer is right. Or we could have divided negative 63 by 7, which would give us
9.
negative 9. 2 ways to check it. Both of them will let you know if your answer is correct. All right. You have a good grasp on this, Zach.
Yeah.
All right, Carlos, you feel you understand this well? Great. All right, so Zach, I want you to tell me how to do this.
For number 8?
Now we're going to do number 7 real quick. Together on the board, you're going to tell me how to do it.
All right.
Negative 50 divided by 5.
25. It's not 5, it's 25. No. Negative 50 divided by 25.
I got it. You're right. You are right.
All right.
I understand. Thank you, sir. Okay.
So what you're gonna want to do is divide 50 by 25.
Okay. And so what is our answer?
It's going to be 2.
Just 2?
Negative 2.
-2. Excellent. Signs are different. -2. All right.
And then we're not going to check it.
We are going to check it. How do we check it?
Okay, so to check it, we're going to multiply 25 times 2 times
Wait.
-2,
Exactly. And what does that equal?
-50.
So was our answer right?
Yeah.
Great job. All right, Carlos, I want you to do one. What is -16 divided by 8? Tell me the steps. Okay. You said the answer is 2, so we divided. Yes? Okay. So is the answer just 2? Is it +2 or -2? Negative, and why is it negative? The signs are different. Exactly. How do we check it, Carlos, to make sure our answer is right? Exactly. Multiply -2 and 8. That gives us -16. We know it is correct. Nice job. All right. Zach,
Yeah.
what is the reciprocal of -10?
10 over 1.
Well, that's what this equals. So what is its opposite?
1 over 10.
1 over -10. Don't forget the sign, right?
Right.
Okay. What is the reciprocal of -31 over 32?
32 over 31. -32 over 31 over. No. -32 over 31.
Well, the negative's on the 31, right?
Oh,
So it's
I thought it was
32 or 31. But you get the idea. If the negative, if it was this, if it was 31 over 32 and the entire thing was negative, then it would be -32 over 31. You have to be careful of where the negative sign is.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All right. Carlos, what is the reciprocal, the opposite of 3 over 8? Eight over 3. Good job. All right. So that covers everything. You understand what we're doing, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos, you understand what we're doing? All right. So you guys are going to work independently to complete the rest of the assignment. Remember, it is 2 through 42 even. I'm going to be here the entire class period, so anytime you need, I'll be checking in with you. Every now and then I'm going to ask you to, hey, tell me how you did this problem. I'll just keep checking back with you. If you get stuck on something, you need to ask me because that's what I'm here for, okay? You guys understand that?
Yeah.
All right, and listen, at the end, last 10 minutes of class, there is a student self-assessment. Just like with every assignment, you're going to go in, you're going to answer the questions there. It's going to be your opinion, feeling things about you, how you feel about certain things. You're going to go in, you're going to answer that. You're going to fill it out inside your Google Classroom and resubmit it to me. There is also a short assessment, which is like 5 or 6 questions that will cover all of this. I want you to complete the assessment because that's how I'm going to know for sure that you know what you're doing, all right? So again, before I leave you guys to work on your own, are you both absolutely positive you know what you're doing? Zach? Carlos?
Yeah. I'll do the assessment.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 assessments, the self-assessment and then the lesson assessment, all right?
All right.
All right, like I said, I'm here. If you guys need anything, please reach out and let me know. Great job today, gentlemen.
So we're doing this 2 to 32, right?
2 to 42.
42.
Yeah, 2 to 42 even, just the evens. We're doing all the evens now, and then based on what the results are of your assessment and the assignment you turn in, we may go back tomorrow, come back, or on Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, because I get you for like 30 minutes. We may come back and just reteach the lesson using the odds, okay?
Okay.
Because again, we can't move on to the next lesson until I make sure you understand all the concepts from this one. So please let me know if you guys need any help.
All right.